Hey, that was a time in the NBA where the power forward was probably the most prominent position. Look at the people on the screen: Zach Randolph, Paul Gasol, Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan. Like all of these guys were like staples on their team. Probably the best player on their team. We can go deeper than that. I never watched Kevin McHale play, so he's not going to be on here. I heard about him. Larry Johnson, Grandmama. He put on the dress concerns. But we can go to Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is the greatest rebounder of all time, in my opinion. I never saw Bill Russell play. This is just a highlight where he's going against Karl Malone. Karl Malone has a career average of 25 points per game and 10 rebounds. Uh, like I said, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, both wore number 21. Two players who were the opposite but the same. We'll talk about Tim Duncan a little bit later. Dirk Nowitzki. A lot of people say that Dirk Nowitzki is the greatest foreign-born player ever. No, it's Elijah one. But I respect the run that Dirk had in 2011 when the Mavs won the championships. I mean, Amari Stoudemire, straight out of high school, rookie of the year, had a great career, some of the greatest highlight dunks you will ever see. My personal favorite power forward of this era, Rasheed Wallace. And it's kind of like deeper than just basketball. The first pair of shoes that I ever got without my mama being there was some Air Force Ones, and it was because of Rasheed. Very versatile, great post defense. Went to North Carolina, could shoot the three back when power forwards wasn't shooting the three. Charles Barkley, even though he didn't win a championship, he's a champion, MVP, and it's disrespect to Charles Barkley to compare Zion to him because Zion will never be Charles Barkley. Gary Payton, Shawn Kemp. Shawn Kemp came out of community college, one of the greatest dunkers of all time. Then we go with Chris Webber, part of the Fab Five, a great passing power forward, inside outside game. The Sacramento Kings would have won the championship if they didn't run into the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. One of the greatest defenders of all time in an era where the game was switching. Kenya Martin had to hold people like Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, but then when they were in the finals against the Lakers, guess who Kenya Martin had to help defend? Yeah, Shaquille O'Neal. Nobody could hold Shaq, but it was a lot asked of Kenya Martin. He also was the #1 pick. Jermaine O'Neal, coming straight out of high school, played with the Portland Trail Blazers behind Brian Grant, Arvydas Sabonis, and Rasheed Wallace. Got traded to the Indiana Pacers, and they probably would have won the championship if it wasn't for the Madison Palace. Kobe won 2 rings after Shaq left. You know who was his sidekick? Paul Gasol. Like, come on, man. Paul Gasol is a respectable player. But the greatest power forward of this era and the greatest power forward that I ever seen was the 15-time All-Star, first pick, 2-time MVP, 5-time NBA champion, Tim Duncan. Oh yeah, he also won 13 consecutive All-Defensive Team honors. The NBA will never be like this again. Positions are vanishing. And when it comes to the power forward position, the only power forward of this era that I can name would be Giannis. We'll never see the likes of Charles Barkley, Charles Oakley, Anthony Mason, Otis Thorpe, great power forwards that had an impact on the game. This is kind of why the ratings are dropping. But this video is just about the vanishing position, which is the power forward. What a GOAT set. They all retired. Power forward position will never look like this again. Thank you for tuning in. More videos to come, my guy.